Hey, what's going on? Welcome to a late night edition of the Art of the Finish Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Rels, joined by my tag team partner, DOOGIEFRANCHISE. What's going on, brother?
Yo, what up? What up? What up? What up? Late night, late night. About to get it right.
That's what's up. That's what's up. How was your day?
It was a cool day. It was a chill day. Got some stuff done. Got some laundry done. Been up since 4:30, getting shit done.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to live
Okay,
on
we're
that.
good. Okay, so the Facebook comments are up and running now. We're good now.
Nice.
Okay, so I wanted to make sure. Okay.
This week, this question's been pondering in my brain all weekend this week, and I was like, yo, we gotta talk about it before it blows over. So we all know the Road Dogg Jesse James, one half of the greatest tag team champions of the world, had some very, 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 very sort of controversial comments about Bret the Hitman Hart. Now, he said he didn't find Bret that great of a wrestler, but didn't mean wrestler. He meant to say sports entertainer from what it sounds like. He thinks when Bret left to WCW that it was no big deal. There was no reason for that.
I don't necessarily agree with it. That guy couldn't, Road Dogg couldn't lace Bret Hart's boots.
But he also said he wasn't a better wrestler than Bret. He says that. He's like, he goes, I'm not a better wrestler than Bret, but I definitely was a better sports entertainer than Bret.
No.
And then okay, so all right, what makes a sports entertainer and then just a pro wrestler? Because
let me say, Bret Hart was a pro wrestler up until '97. Then he became a sports entertainer. Because to me, sports entertainer also entails you being good on the mic. Bret was average above best on the mic until '97 when he became the heel. Then he got really good on the mic. He became a sports entertainer.
Was he really entertaining? Because all wrestlers had to learn to talk on a mic. So that's a thing. Like, all right, let's use two people. Let's use who he said was an amazing sports entertainer and compare him to Bret Hart, which was Bret's total opposite, Shawn Michaels. He said Shawn Michaels was an amazing sports entertainer because it was super glitzy and glammy. And he was very out there doing his thing. And like Bret, Shawn was good on the microphone.
Yeah, Shawn was a sports entertainer. But
Okay,
Shawn was also a great wrestler too.
Was he?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Because Shawn Michaels could wrestle a broomstick.
See, but what if he was just a very good sports entertainer that makes you believe that?
No, because then he still
What
had
if
to
he
wrestle.
What if he was so entertaining enough you believe that?
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
What would you rather watch? Because okay, sports entertainment and wrestling is almost the same thing, but it's kind of different at the same time, right? What would you find more entertaining? A Road Dogg segment from beginning to end, or a Bret Hart segment from beginning to end? And when I mean segment, I mean even talking and wrestling. What would you find more entertaining?
I'm being honest with you. Road Dogg got it on that one, and trust me, I'm a Bret Hart fan. But this also could lead. This is also like it poses the question like when The Rock came in, he was just a wrestler. He wasn't a sports entertainer until The Rock started doing sports entertainment stuff. That's when The Rock was born.
First of all, I don't even know why we're having this conversation. Road Dogg should have never even said that out of his mouth anyway.
Because it is a good question because okay.
No.
Oh, you all right? So bet we'll use another example then. Since you don't want to use Road Dogg, we'll use someone else.
But
Let's
we're using Road Dogg because he said it.
Yeah. Okay. So we can use someone else. But then when I shifted to Shawn Michaels, you said Shawn Michaels could wrestle a broomstick, and I give you that. So then we'll use someone else. We'll use who's the top? Who would you consider the top technical wrestler? Matter of fact,
Right now?
Matter of fact, we'll go with Ric Flair. Ric Flair was a wrestler.
Mm-hmm. But he was a sports entertainer too.
No, he wasn't. Hulk Hogan was a sports entertainer.
No. Ric Flair was a sports entertainer.
No.
Yes, he was. Because Ric Flair promos. Okay, if you're a great promo, you're a sports entertainer. Let's be clear. Because you're gonna sit here and tell me promos are not part of being a sports entertainer?
So Daniel Bryan was a sports entertainer, or
Dan Bryan was a great wrestler,
but he had great promos.
He had decent promos about it.
So what is Roman Reigns?
Roman Reigns is a sports entertainer. Now,
he's not a. So what was he before?
He was a decent wrestler at best.
So what is Seth Rollins?
Seth Rollins is a great wrestler.
He's doing sports entertainment though.
But he wrestles.
Okay, so but that sounds like you're moving to go.
Okay, no, because my thing is this: if I can be invested in both of what you do, I'm going to consider you a pro wrestler. Because you can talk on the mic and be great on the mic, but if your wrestling matches are crap, a la Bray Wyatt, then I'm looking at you as a sports entertainer. Bray Wyatt's a sports entertainer.
Okay, so let's change this. So then, all right, let's make this easy. Let's switch this up then.
Before you say that, one person that I would have to say would have to be in the middle, and I would have to say Undertaker. Undertaker was a great sports entertainer, but the matches he put on with Shawn Michaels proved he was a pretty good pro wrestler too.
See, no, but they can tell a story. That's what it is. A wrestler can just wrestle, and he can tell a story. Like on the mic, you have to be able to still talk on the mic regardless, even if you're not the most captivating person on the mic. So that can still make you a pro wrestler. The sports entertainer is a sports entertainer is someone that can transition out of pro wrestling mainstream media. Were you outside quoting Bret Hart?
Best there was, best
or
there
were
is,
you
best
outside
there will be.
quoting? Okay, compared to the Road Dogg, was people saying that more? Was people going, "Oh, you didn't know? Yo ass better call somebody," or saying "suck"? Be honest.
No, he was saying. Of course, you were saying Road Dogg's catchphrase more.
All right,
but where I give Bret Hart the edge is that it took Road Dogg like 4 gimmicks to get this one right. Bret Hart was pretty much the same person he was his whole career.
My point exactly, but he was a great wrestler. Remember, like where his strength was totally in the ring. That stayed there in the ring because let's be honest, you can if you take once we put Bret Hart in a whole different environment.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't hitting you can blame WCW, but even on the mic, he wasn't hitting the same. And then we can take someone else who's good at.
I think Bret Hart didn't want to be WCW to begin with.
That's fair, but okay, so we can even also use someone who was a wrestler, but had so much sports entertainment qualities that he constantly transitioned. And the thing is, a sports entertainer can always evolve.
Mm-hmm.
A professional wrestler couldn't. Bret never evolved. And you can't even say in 97 he really evolved.
Bret Hart found, I want to say in 97, Bret Hart found more of a confidence level in himself once he became a heel.
See, I don't even think that either. I don't think that all Bret Hart did was say, like, Bret Hart was trying to be such a good guy that it just came off boring, like made him seem like a bad guy. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much that. You know that one person that's always trying to preach to you, you shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that, and be like this. That's what he was.
That was Kurt Angle's first run.
That's exactly. But Kurt Angle made it funny and all that stuff. Bret didn't. Bret was dead serious, which is why he can go to Canada and be cheered, and in America be booed. Mm-hmm. But he was a wrestler, so all his thing. He was a professional wrestler, while Shawn Michaels can be booed here, booed there. That's but still be entertaining where you want to boo him.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Jericho is the perfect example of a sports entertainer who knows how to wrestle. And then I personally believe a sports entertainer is someone that can transition out of professional wrestling environments into mainstream environments. Because their catchphrase and what they do and say catches on. Mm-hmm. And they're the kind of person that have the charisma to you would want to see on a talk show. You would want to see like. Matter of fact, a good example for Bret Hart. Bret Hart left to go do a TV show. That shit got canceled. That dude has no reason he should be on anything else.
Like I said, with just the fact that I feel offended as a wrestling fan that Road Dogg would even do that.
See, it's the fact that Road Dogg said it.
Yes,
that's why you're upset. You don't believe it because Road Dogg said it. But if it was Shawn Michaels that said it,
but I feel like even I feel like nowadays Shawn Michaels would not even tote that line.
See, but that's
based on the history that they had. It's like, why even open up an old wound? I feel like guys like Road Dogg can still carry that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know why, and I don't understand because, like, realistically speaking, of all the people, and don't get me wrong, Bret Hart has been criticized for being a bitter wrestler over the last few years. His feelings towards Goldberg is just legendary.
It's totally understandable. I hate Goldberg,
but like, of all the things, of all the legendary wrestlers to bring up, or even to bring it up in that context, why would Road Dogg, like, just to sit there and be like, yeah, I was a better sports entertainer than Bret Hart. I don't even think he was that good of a pro wrestler. It's like, whoa.
I get that. He wasn't as good a wrestler as Bret. But here's the thing. Now, all right, I'm trying to give a good example.
My thing is this. He might have made a ton of money with DX, right? We know he did. Let's be honest. We know he did, right?
He did.
But Bret Hart made a ton of money by himself. So my thing is, you take Road Dogg out of that DX equation. Who is he? My thing is, you can't sit here and talk about Bret Hart when you didn't make a name on your own. You made a name based off the group you were a part of. Because the Roadie didn't work, Jesse James didn't work. Hell, being an Armstrong didn't even work. You wasn't even the best Armstrong in your family. Brad was.
See, all right. I see where the disconnect. You're comparing. You're stuck on that. It's Road Dogg that said it, and Road Dogg just felt he was a better. But if you use someone else as an example, he's totally right. He's right in the sense that, okay, he even says Bret Hart was a way better wrestler than me. He's a way better wrestler than me. But I was a better sports entertainer than he was.
No, I get that. My thing is, bro, you're a Hall of Famer based on the group you're with. Bret was a Hall of Famer on his own. Like, stay in your lane.
But you're doing too much. Group.
He started with a group he started with a group, but it wasn't the group that made him popular.
Okay, let's try this. Let's try something else now. If Road Dogg didn't have so many, because he had a lot of backstage issues and personal issues.
I don't even care about the backstage issues.
But if you don't think he would have, if he wasn't one of those difficult guys, you would think he wouldn't be able to rank up more money and be pushed up?
No. Because you got to look at it. Okay, let's compare wrestlers, right? Kane had a failed gimmick with the Isaac Yankem, had a failed gimmick with the Diesel, right? But he found his niche with the Kane gimmick. Okay,
true.
Road Dogg was an Armstrong first off, then he was the roadie, then he was he was the roadie with Jarrett and the roadie without Jarrett. His biggest claim to fame at the time was the song he sang that Jarrett lip synced. And then after that, he had the New Age Outlaws. Yeah, the New Age Outlaws were good. They got better with DX, but it would have been like, how do you really think that the Outlaws would have hit superstar status without DX?
So, all right, I'm about to drop another one. Like, based off everything you just said right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Going back to what I said earlier, where I said a sports entertainer can evolve.
Mm-hmm.
You just gave a whole evolution of that guy.
Yeah, but nothing of that says anything pro wrestling for me.
It led him to championships. It led him to championships. He was IC. Okay, but it still led him.
Yeah.
So you can say the same thing. You can say the same thing was for The Rock.
No, because
yes.
Okay, no, you can't compare the two, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because when The Rock finally broke off from the Nation and became The Rock by himself, he ended up in the corporate. Okay, but
He
he was a
ended up
mega.
right in the corporate.
Okay, but when The Rock finished his career, he was a megastar as a solo act. Road
Through
Dogg was.
sports entertainment.
I get where you're coming from, but the fact that we're even having a conversation with Road Dogg and we're comparing to him to Brett and to, I'm,
All
I
right,
get
so let's
it.
make. Wait, I got an idea.
Okay,
We're gonna take Brett and Road Dogg out of it,
Brett and
and
Road Dogg.
we're gonna get Road Dogg. Sorry, we're gonna switch out. We're gonna move out of WWE and go into AEW,
Okay,
and we're going to use. Let's go with right now. Jericho and Daniel Bryan's having a whole feud. Jericho's doing a whole sports entertainment feud with any Ring of Honor wrestlers because those guys are pro wrestlers. Now they put the Ring of Honor title on Jericho. Is it because Jericho is more entertaining than all of those people in the BBC
wow,
Blackpool Club?
wow,
You
the
know what I mean?
BCC. Well, I do believe they put the belt on him.
That's a really lot to say.
Yeah, it really was because you really was tongue tied on that. But I really do believe that they put the belt on Jericho to carry a storyline because Jericho came from the land of sports entertainers. Do I think Jericho's a better champion than Claudio? Honestly, yes. And the only reason I say that is because Claudio's a pro wrestler. He is not a sports entertainer. And am I lying though?
Huh?
Am I lying?
You're not.
And
But he
I
could
feel
do sports entertainment.
yeah, but I feel like to carry the story, and let's be clear, wrestling's biggest trope is the babyface always chasing after the heel. Jericho's the quote unquote biggest heel, I guess you would like to say in Ring of Honor right now, quote unquote. And I personally think it's going to end with Garcia taking the belt off of Jericho. I don't know how they get to that point, but Jericho to me right now is the perfect person to carry the belt based on the fact that he's able to incorporate the sports entertainment aspect because it's part of his gimmick right now.
Okay, so all right, let me ask you. I'm going to use another wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Is he a pro wrestler or a sports entertainer? Orange Cassidy.
He's both, and I know it would suck for me to not be able to choose one, but his character is sports entertainment. But when he gets in the ring and wrestles, you're like, damn, he's a really good wrestler.
But you said this. You could say the same thing about Shawn Michaels, though, right?
I did say the same thing about Shawn Michaels.
Or
I said I said the same
right.
thing.
But now, all right. So now let me ask you a question: Who's selling more? Who's selling more, the pro wrestler or the sports entertainer? So we'll use Orange Cassidy, and we'll use let's take a pro wrestler as popular as Orange Cassidy. Like I don't want to use. I was thinking Omega, but I'm like, until they really have a run, I need somebody on Cassidy's level. Like, so who would you use as a Garcia?
Oh, I think at this point, Orange Cassidy's selling more.
Okay, let's find someone else. Okay, because Garcia's okay.
Garcia's
right,
good. Don't get me wrong. Garcia.
Yeah,
When I see Garcia, I think Bryan Danielson 15 years ago.
Okay. All right, so let's use tag teams now. You have. I'm gonna hate using these guys. 2.0.
Sports entertainers.
Actually, you know what? No. I don't want to use them. I got a better team. The Acclaimed and FTR. FTR are pro wrestlers. The Acclaimed are definitely sports entertainers.
Okay, see, this is the problem right there, right? I would have said yes until I seen the match at All Out. And then you're like, damn, they're actually pretty good. Okay, same goes for MJF. I would sit here and tell you, if you'd have asked me a year and a half ago, I would have said, no, even a year ago, I would have said MJF's a sports entertainer. But then you see the match he put on with Darby Allin last year at Full Gear, and you're like, yo, damn, he's a pretty good pro wrestler. The thing with him is that he's smart enough to understand he doesn't have to use all the pro wrestling moves to further his character along.
Say that last part again.
He doesn't have to use the pro wrestling trope to move his character along.
So that makes him more of a sports entertainer.
Yeah. Sadly, yeah. Yeah,
So what makes okay? So who who's making the money? Is it the sports entertainers making the money, or is it the pro wrestlers making the money?
that's a very
Who
good
are
question.
who are people paying to see?
Mm.
Because let's be
Okay, I
totally
can get.
honest.
Let me flip that. Let me flip that because now I gotta switch to that. Who would
Okay.
pay? CM Punk's a pro wrestler, right?
Yes,
MJF's a sports entertainer.
sports entertainer.
CM Punk sold out Chicago on just a whiff of his name, and he's a pro wrestler, not a sports entertainer.
Ah,
And I
let's
did really want to use
let
CM
me
Punk,
nah.
but
We'll let's dive that. Let's
now,
dive that.
but to back that up, after once he came back, I really didn't care for him as a pro wrestler. To be honest with you,
Let me
it
we can let me divide that up. I'll tell you right. I'll fix that. I'll kill that right now. CM Punk, because even I was hyped to see CM Punk came back. That's because it's a one-time attraction. Oh
hmm
snap! This guy who left the WWE 7 years ago because he was frustrated that he wasn't headlining on WrestleMania
hmm
and all that stuff. He comes back to pro wrestling in AEW. So yeah, that's gonna draw in his hometown. Because
of
mind
course.
you, mind you, all of let's be another clear. All of CM Punk's big pay-per-view wins, right, or big match wins since signing in AEW was in Chicago
hmm
because anywhere else no one gives a fuck. I'm sorry, no one
Exactly.
else gave a fuck. That's why he always had to do it in Chicago. But you can take someone like an MJF and put him anywhere and he'll get the reaction he wants. Not even
But
the
in
action that
Chicago,
they exactly because he was getting he in Chicago.
hmm
He was getting cheered. And that's the thing. He stole and this is another thing I think what happened with that stupid scrum is he stole CM Punk's spotlight. CM Punk didn't like that and this. Even and even
you
so,
think towards the end that that wasn't the reaction Punk was expecting from the crowd.
he hated it.
The fact that
And
he,
it
for one time in his career, he wasn't the most loved Chicago person in the building, right?
well, yes, and even so, look, I'll even tell you if you watch during the match, people were still cheering
Moxley.
Moxley. So it like he CM Punk is that's what I'm saying. For him to come back, that like I would put let's put Sting, same scenario. He came back. No one even didn't even know he was coming back. But
hmm
but anytime Sting's on, it's on and popping. And Sting is a sports entertainer. He doesn't, and the thing is, he doesn't have to do a lot of talking, but he does a lot little. He has like an Undertaker type vibe.
hmm hmm
So it works. It works. Another thing is like a sports entertainer can always have you in the palm of their hands. Not a
MJF,
lot of people could do that. Yeah, Jericho.
Jericho,
Jericho. These are
MJF,
the same dudes that can go from good guy to bad guy quick. And but
Rollins,
exactly. And
Roman.
now exactly. And here's the thing: the sports entertainer don't need to wrestle as much as the wrestler to stay over.
hmm
That's why
Like,
I'm like, oh,
like
like
if you like, to be honest with you, the whole who's better, wrestler, sports entertainer. If you really think
it's
about it, they need each other.
they do, they do, because
But
like
I think my biggest problem is that
it was the road dog that
it's
said it.
no. I'm past that now. But my biggest thing is it's just wrestling as a whole. It's the people, the fans, because it's like, okay. So for example, yesterday earlier in the Yep I Like Wrestling chat, I made a joke, right, and it was just a joke. So
Say
you
the
know
joke.
that SmackDown is doing the World Cup, and I was like, oh
Say,
snap! I said SmackDown is doing an All Atlantic tournament, and what happened? the WWE fans in the chat just went off on me. And I'm just
That's
like, yo, it's not that serious. Like, I'm like, it's just a joke, guys. Like, relax. Like,
but yo, it is.
they like, I got one comment. They go, oh, well, you know that AEW wasn't the first one to do it. WCW was doing it back in '89. I'm like, yo, it was just a joke.
I don't know. What do you think the G1 is? It's the same thing.
Like, yeah, like I'm like, come on. Like, I honestly, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. As much as I love wrestling, I get turned off by the wrestling fans
Yeah, I do too.
because it's almost like one you can't compliment one company without them trying to tear that company down or insult that company. It's like I look at one point I was ready to take a break from WWE this summer, and then Vince McMahon retired and I came back. But at the same time, it was like, yo, if I sit here and tell you I like something about AEW, it's not for you to come back and be like, well, you know, they weren't the first ones to do it. Like here's a clue for you WWE fans. So a lot of the stuff WWE did, they weren't the first ones to do it either.
They weren't.
But you can't tell WWE fans that. And that's where I think I get annoyed with wrestling fans. Because it's like you can't be happy with the fact that there's just 2 or 3 companies that are thriving. That's more stuff for us to watch, more stuff for us to be entertained with. It's like WWE is the end all be all for everybody. If you don't like AEW, fine. If you don't like New Japan or Impact, fine. I get it. But for you to like wish like wrestlers leave and then the company goes bankrupt or like then when we get stuck with the same old wrestling that we used to get stuck with and everybody start complaining, then what?
I don't know. I don't know. People just hate things. People just hate everything. I just like, yo, you hate everything. Don't worry.
Because I made fun of that, and in the same breath, I text, yo, that tag team title match was fire, because it was. But when I made a joke about the only reason I made a joke about it, calling it the All Atlantic Tournament, because I started realizing that they would really put the countries next to the wrestlers, and I was like,
that's funny.
Oh, I'm like, okay, cool, like, cool.
All right, so
what's going on, y'all?
What up? All right, so I got another question for you. This is gonna be a tough one. Ready?
What's up?
If you can name 3 sports entertainers, right? You need to name 3 sports entertainers, any ones, but then you have to name their pro wrestling counterpart. For example, Brett Shawn.
Mm-hmm.
That's sports entertainer, wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think of another good one. Ooh, this one's crazy, but you gotta look at it. Omega Okada.
Mm-hmm.
Omega is technically a sports entertainer.
Mm-hmm.
Okada is a wrestler. So
Okay.
There you go. Let's go for 3.
First one. You know, it's funny. I had one right on the top of my tongue too, right, and I forgot it. But this is a good one. Man. Damn. Okay. Roman Rollins.
Okay.
Usos. No, I was gonna say Usos elite, but I can't do that.
Who?
Usos in elite. The elite.
Oh,
the Young Bucks. Because the Young Bucks technically are wrestlers too.
But they have a lot of sports entertainment aspects. They have, and it's weird because okay, so like when I said Omega and Okada, it's a little hard because they both have things outside. Like they both Okada has been in a video game that has nothing to do with wrestling. And he's been in a music video.
I got a rivalry. Vince and Brett.
Vince and Brett, really? That's the counterpart to Vince and Brett.
I mean, Vincent, Stone Cold. Stone Cold. Vince was a sports entertainer. Let's be clear, he was not a wrestler.
Okay, and what was Stone Cold?
Stone Cold was a wrestler up until the point where he almost broke his neck.
But yo, what? Okay, yeah, you right. I'll give you some of that. I will give you just a little bit.
Okay, so what I said.
All right, so Daniel Bryan and The Miz.
Absolutely. That's. I mean, you can't get any more pro wrestler to sports entertainer than that.
John Cena, CM Punk.
John Cena is definitely a sports entertainer. Oh, okay. So Undertaker, Shawn Michaels.
Okay, which one would you put as the wrestler?
Shawn Michaels.
So you think Shawn Michaels is more technical than The Undertaker?
Yeah, because I think Undertaker. And the reason why I go that route is because I look at Undertaker's WrestleMania entrances. Take away Shawn Michaels, come from the heavens entrance, and his tightrope swinging one at WrestleMania 12. But you look at all the Undertaker's entrances every year at WrestleMania, are always like so extra between him and Triple H's. Like I don't know whose entrances are more extra at WrestleMania.
All right, so I give you a tough one. I'm gonna give you a real tough one. Randy Orton, Batista. Who's who?
Randy Orton is the wrestler. Batista is the sports entertainer.
Okay.
And the only reason I went that route is just basically because Randy Orton is a second generation wrestler. So I went that route. It's in his blood, man.
The business is in his blood. Yeah. All right. But I like this. Like, I feel like the sports entertainment, because like people
I got another one.
Go ahead.
Dusty Rhodes, $1 Million Man. One I was kind of like hanging on, but I don't really want. I don't consider it. I was going to say Macho Man.
The $1 Million Man is entertainer. Dusty Rhodes is the wrestler.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that $1 Million Man's a really good wrestler, but WWE was just all character for him.
Yeah, and then like and the thing is like when I say just for people who are listening, if you can talk on a mic, that's not making me say you're a sports entertainer, because part of the whole professional wrestling thing is you have to know how to talk on a mic to market yourself in the match you're in, which is something that is said. So talking on the mic isn't a big thing. My thing is, how do you carry yourself all around and entertain? Like The Miz is entertaining. I like The Miz. Like right now, The Miz is sports entertainer versus Johnny Gargano that is wrestler. That is it. They can both talk, but The Miz is really doing a lot of the entertaining stuff. Gargano is sliding into the entertainment stuff. Like Kane was a wrestler that got the sports entertainer part down pat. So when he needed to be entertaining, he can, because like those are the dudes who carry a segment. Roman is a sports entertainer because he carries a segment. Matter of fact, the super sports entertainer right now is Sami Zayn. He's a wrestler that like him and Kevin Owens are both wrestlers, but they are now super sports entertainers because they can carry a segment by themselves.
But to be clear, let's be clear though. Let's be clear. Roman Reigns can carry a segment, but his entrance is like 10 minutes of a like 15-minute segment.
It is, but that's the thing though. It's still an entertainment. It's weird because his entrance is super simple. It is like the most simplest, but it's
so long for no reason.
But remember the Undertaker had like 40-minute entrances.
Like an Undertaker Roman Reigns match right now would be about 40 minutes just because the entrances alone would be about 15 minutes or 20 minutes.
But have you and then like but then even Charlotte's Flair entrance is mad long. I don't understand her so long. Daddy's entrances was so long.
Triple H's entrance was long.
My God, and look, even Bret Hart had a whole long entrance. I'm sorry.
Bray Wyatt's entrance is long.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt's entrance is a damn movie. I know, okay.
It's a
It is
short
a
film.
movie.
It really is a short film at a film festival.
And you're just sitting there like, all right,
Like 3 minutes
right.
before he actually comes out.
Yeah, and then after that, it's 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes of him talking. All right, so I get it. You get
Okay, I got a
spoken
question.
word. Go ahead.
Malachi Alistair Black, sports entertainer or pro wrestler?
Okay. Oh, I got this. Alistair Black, right, was a wrestler. Malachi Black is more sports entertainer.
Adam Cole, sports entertainer, pro wrestler.
He falls into like Shawn Michaels category. He's a sports
Mm-hmm.
entertainer. He's can definitely wrestle.
Like there's some guys that are just clear cut pro wrestlers, like Kyle O'Reilly, pro wrestler.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
ever
a
want to
pro
see that man
wrestler.
talk. I don't ever see that. Okay, I got
It's
one. Carmelo Hayes, pro wrestler or sports entertainer?
sports entertainer. That is my guy, son. The only reason I would watch NXT is for him.
Okay, counterpart to that, you said rivalries. Him and Ricochet, perfect example. Ricochet's a pro wrestler.
That is Ooh. Pro wrestler. Pro wrestler. And then you know what the thing is? You know what it is with Ricochet too right now for me is I know he can possibly be entertaining, but
People
I
have to
just
be
know
a heel.
not even because
Okay, I'll give you a scenario, right? I throw a scenario out. How do you think he would have fit in the Hurt Business instead of Cedric Alexander?
it would have worked out for him to develop a character.
Mm-hmm.
Like the thing is
And then there's some pro wrestlers that are not cut out to be sports entertainers. Mustafa Ali is the prime example of that.
yeah,
Because no matter how much he tries to be a sports entertainer, you're just a pro wrestler.
But the thing is, they need to be put with people who can really, they can get like their energy will rub off on them as that's what's entertaining energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to be fair, the Miz did that for Daniel Bryan. I don't care what nobody said. It was the Miz that got Daniel Bryan into where he's at.
Mm-hmm.
Like personality wise. For crap, you just said their name. For Hurt Business, it was MVP that got Bobby Lashley to talk and not sound stupid.
He saved Bobby Lashley's career.
He did, and I'm sorry to say, I will say this. Paul Heyman did it. You know Paul Heyman's the best because he did it twice. Brock Lesnar and Roman.
Mm-hmm.
And then the thing is, it's not even like Roman. I knew Roman knew how to talk. Problem is now Roman knows how to talk the way he wants to talk.
It's almost to the point he doesn't even need Heyman at this point. If you really,
he doesn't. But it's just fun to play off because Roman. And then nobody realizes like Heyman is being comedic, but it's so serious that he's like, all right.
Roman just keeps him there as another person to acknowledge him,
which is interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is totally interesting. The Usos. Oh God, I would say when they was in all them bright ass colors trying to be entertaining, it wasn't entertaining to me. But the moment they threw on their hats and they started dressing like they were ready just to scrap for real, it was a whole different swagger. And then they was cutting promos like rap battles.
Some of the best wrestlers are the ones where you could be yourself.
And that's the thing. But also it transitions. Everything, if you can take that with you outside and it works for you, like The Rock and Austin did that.
New Day, wrestlers or sports entertainers?
Sports entertainers. Because, and then like I said, Xavier Woods is the perfect example of someone that takes everything he does and transition outside of WWE. Like
That's
Cody
where
Rhodes is
that's where I
Cody
was just about to ask you. Cody Rhodes. I swear I was
a
gonna literally say it.
sports entertainer. And this dude, and then you want to know how you know it works is he went and learned all the indie stuff, mixed it with the pro wrestling sports entertaining. But what he did was he was able to have it transition outside of other things.
Don, what up, Don?
Like, yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, even and then you can tell because the sports entertainer will do other things. They will be on like Sheamus is a sports entertainer, but no one gives him the full credit that he does. He got put in a movie. He got put in Ninja Turtles. All right, that's cool.
You want to know something crazy about that though? Ironically,
What?
the respect that Sheamus has been getting lately is
He should have
because
been
of his
got.
pro wrestling, which is crazy.
But yo, that and yo, he's in hella shape, man. I ain't even gonna front. Like sometimes when I'm in the house and I know I gotta work out, I watch his
That
YouTube
was a great
channel.
match. Oh, the Celtic workouts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shout outs to the Usos tonight. That was a.
I ain't
I think what I
yet.
respect. I think what I respect about the match the most was that there was no cheating involved.
For real, it was just a straight match.
It was a straight up tag team match.
That's right. I'm watching that first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
First thing in the morning. But like it's matter of fact, yo, how many AEW wrestlers you've seen in commercials? Mind you, they got sponsorships and deals.
None actually that I could think of off the top of my head. The one thing I will say about what WWE would have done different than AEW is the fact that with as popular as the Acclaimed is right now, WWE would have had them on some commercial doing something with involving the scissoring aspect or something.
Yo, I don't know. They could do an arts and crafts project or something. Because at this point, like those guys, which blows my mind because Anthony Bowen is a model and actor and all that stuff that does stuff, and Max Caster actually raps. Like yo, his like, and that's people didn't even know. Like he would like his before he would just post up his raps in AEW. He would post up videos, and I forgot what it was called, something raps of the week, and he'll just drop a simple boom bap beat and just start rapping for a couple minutes about stuff, and then that's it. Like that, like those are
gimmick.
stuff, and those are sports entertainment skills that can the entertainment. The sports is the wrestling. The entertainment that's the stuff that they can take and transfer out. They can use out. Like Chris Jericho can go anywhere because he can. That's why Chris Jericho can be a rock star.
Mm-hmm. The funny thing is, right? It's like you can be a professional wrestler and the fans will love you and respect you for it, right? But if you don't have a sports entertainment aspect behind you, management won't feel the same the way the fans feel. I guess you could say Claudio's the perfect example because with the fans seeing him as Cesaro, Vince didn't see him because he lacked in mic skills.
Because he wasn't marketable. He's not marketable. Even like you know who should be my air. You know who should be marketable? Keith Lee should have been marketable.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes he doesn't know how to fully entertain. Isaiah Swerve Scott, and I'm sorry, I'm Strickland Scott. That
guy's damn entertaining.
He's entertaining in a wrestling match. In a wrestling match, and that's it. He's not. It's weird because he is trying to be transitional out and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask anybody like that, they're gonna be like, yo, he's corny. He's not hitting right. Like I don't like and it's weird because this feud with Max Caster and Swerve Strickland is kind of like pointing things out to me like, yo, what is Max Caster doing as a a wrestling rapper that's hitting that Swerve,
That
who's
Swerve not.
actually, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I get what you're saying because right now, if they did a rap off right now, I feel like, and then guys like the funny thing, guys like Swerve probably wouldn't do it because they feel like it would be an insult to the craft that they're doing.
And and then that just shows you're not entertaining enough to do it. Because first of all, let's be clear right now, battle rapping is bars and entertainment. Like you have to have some sort of charisma and stuff like that. Even Wildin', you if you can get the acclaim on Wildin' Out, it's a wrap.
Oh, imagine.
If you can get the acclaimed on Wildin' Out, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. If they can get New Day, the Usos, R-Truth, and Carmella, and which means those are all sports entertainers. Which means they had the skills to transition out into other things. The acclaimed are the ones for that. I'm saying that right now. The acclaimed are the ones for that. Matter of fact, scratch that. The acclaims and best friends are also the ones for that. I mean, not for Wild and Out, but for other entertaining stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, all right. What would you call Penta? Sports entertainer or a wrestler?
Wrestler. Because he's another one. Like to me, it's like once he gets, because the visual is awesome, but then he gets in the ring and I just see a bunch of wrestling. Well, I see a bunch of hot spots, but that's neither here nor there.
That's fair. I do like Penta though. I ain't gonna front.
Phoenix pro wrestler.
Dudes. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Phoenix is.
I'd pay to see
is,
Phoenix and Rey Mysterio just one time. Like, just let them go out. Just let them go all out, please. One time.
It's weird because of the age difference a little bit. I'd be a little nervous for Rey Mysterio. I would want to see. Don't judge me. I would want to see Ricochet and Phoenix go at it one time.
Believe it or not, actually, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think it's on Dynamite next week. It's going to be Death Triangle versus Top Flight. Dante Martin's brother's back from injury again.
His brother's back.
Yeah, they announced it tonight on Rampage, and they're going to be teaming with AR Fox.
Okay,
that match is going to be a banger, but it's going to be a spot fest. But it's going to be a banger nonetheless. Though.
I don't mind a spot fest.
I don't either, and I think it was big. And I'm actually proud and happy for AR Fox to get some quality TV time so the world can see his talents. Because I've been watching AR Fox for years.
For real? All right.
Yeah.
I gotta look him up.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of matches on Dark and Elevation, but look at some of his matches. But he's been AR Fox is as an indie legend, so it's actually good to actually see him actually get a spotlight. Maybe the match will show up. Maybe he'll get a contract. But I know he's going to take the pin in the match though. But it's all right.
There's one indie wrestler I want to see on TV right now. Okay, I'm lying. There's more than one, but there's one in particular I want to see on TV. And that's Darius Carter.
I know who you're talking about.
I want the first person I want to see Darius Carter feud with is MJF.
They almost have the same kind of character.
They have the same kind of character.
Mm-hmm.
Down to the bloody scarf. I want to see it.
You sounded just like his manager just now.
Yeah, I want to see it.
You sound like William Regal just now. You said down to the bloody scarf.
That's exactly, bro. I want to see Darius Carter and William Regal just stare at each other. That's it, man. No words. They just stare at each other. And then William Regal's like, "You fucking wanker," and then like, Carter just drop him.
So in closing. So when it comes to this all battle of pro wrestler versus sports entertainer, can we just agree to say that one needs the other?
Yes, especially if you want to do other things. If you want to be matter of fact, especially if you want to be a superstar or megastar, you need both.
And I just want to say, I have no right to tell pro wrestlers anything, but I just want to say, Road Dog, I appreciate you as a wrestler. I enjoy your work. But if you guys truly want to stop the divide within fans, please stop saying stuff like that, because WWE fans will run with that and say, "Oh, you're right. He is way better than Bret Hart," and then Bret Hart fans will get mad at you, and then guys like FTR won't like you no more because you're talking about Bret Hart, and that doesn't go well for when your buddy wants to bring him back to the company, because then your buddy will probably fire you so you can get them back. So yeah, please. Do you have any closing things that would need the music to be played?
Uh, well, for one, R.I.P. Kevin Conroy, the original Batman voice.
Yes, absolutely.
Two, when it comes to sports entertainment and the professional wrestler, it's like the left hand and the right hand. You need both of them to be on that steering wheel to drive for a successful career. And also, actually, I don't got nothing else after that. I was such an ending. I was like, I just want to tell people follow me now. I was like, hey, follow me on social media at Doogie Franchise. That's DOOGIFRANCHISE. Yes, sir. That's me in the place to be, baby. Also, if you don't know how to spell it, I'm gonna write it in the comment section right now. So, which I realize I cannot write in the comment section right now.
You can't.
Nah.
It doesn't say it at the bottom. But it says
Don't
post
say
a
it.
comment.
Hold on. Let me take a look. Let me make this a bigger screen. Nah, son.
Actually,
Man,
I'll
they
put
keep
it. I'll put it. I got you right now. I'll do it right now.
that. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. If you want to talk, it's better to hit me up on Instagram and TikTok. That's mostly me just doing random voiceover stuff, but I'll probably do more different content. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
And yo, next episode, we breaking down Monday Night Raw, AEW Dynamite, SmackDown, especially Monday Night Raw. I ain't going front, man. Monday Night Raw got the best female roster right now. And I got a crush on all of them.
You're stupid.
I'm
We're gonna break it down. Follow me on social media, all Rels everything on YouTube, RDHTV82 on Twitch, O_Rel_Beckham on IG. Yeah, everywhere at this point. So on that note, everybody have a good night, and we will see you later.